Yes, we are live. Good, guys. Let's start. We are ready? Good.
Yes.
So, hello, everyone. Welcome here to the live session. Good. Welcome to the live session. On Sunday, I put a post kind of updating about this project, um, showing what's happening on Cardano, what we are doing on chain, and I got like 25,000 likes and views, and a lot of likes and sharing, and a lot of great feedback. And a lot of the questions said, okay, we want to hear more and listen more about the project. So here we are sharing with you more about 5am and our partner with Syngenta Foundation India and AI Quant. We are
Don't hear you, Ram.
You're frozen, actually.
Yoram, if you
I'm
can hear us,
frozen. Okay.
we couldn't hear
So
you.
did you able to hear the message, what I said, or it was frozen?
No, only the first 10, 20 seconds here. That if you can restart possibly.
Sure. Now it's better?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
good,
better.
you're
Yeah.
back.
Okay, sorry for that. So let's dive in. Let me try and improve location. See if it will work better. Is that better?
Yes, yes. No,
Okay.
much better.
Perfect. Okay, so let's start again. Great being here with great friends and colleagues that we are working on the ground. I will start with an intro about 5am, a quick one. Then we'll go into Syngenta Foundation India and the work they're doing. We'll go into AI Quant and the technology they're building, and then finally we'll show how it's been implemented on the ground. I encourage everyone you can ask questions in the chat on YouTube, as well as there is more description and links in the YouTube descriptions. We'll try to keep it around 20 minutes discussion here between us, and then you can ask more questions and we'll try to answer everyone. So we'll start with sharing my screen. 1 second. Okay, and again, I will repeat it again. It was amazing to see when I shared on Sunday what we are working on. It was amazing to get the feedback from everyone, and there's so much love around the project and the request for more information. So here we are. So 5am, that's a cool website that we put online. Why 5am? Because the farmers are actually waking up at 5am. So we want really to connect to the farmers. What we are trying to build is a trust layer on blockchain for the agriculture supply chains. We feel that one of the biggest issue for agriculture supply chain is the cost of information going from the ground to the market, and therefore the cost of funds or connectivity for different activities like traceability or trading from the markets to the ground is very expensive. And so by building a trust layer of information on the blockchain, we are able basically to make this process more efficient. One cool thing we have on the website, if you go to the right side, top right side, you can see what 5am in the morning in each different location. Like every time, what 5am, now it's in San Francisco, which is very, very cool. Good. But first of all, I want to give really one thing we are celebrating today, important to say, I'm actually going to change now the screen to another screen, and we are celebrating today. Yeah, I don't know this. 1 second. $9,300 transactions. Okay, I was hoping to be in 10,000, but we will do it tomorrow. And that transaction you will see as we go ahead and with the presentation, you will see what does it actually mean and what does it mean to have this transaction on chain. Good. Raul, are you ready? I want to move it for you a little bit. If you can share with us more information about Syngenta Foundation India and the agri-entrepreneur project that you are working on.
Sure. Thank you so much, Yoram, for having us here. And I'm really fascinated with the name called 5am .Earth. And being the son of a farmer, I know that the hardship of farmers that they carry, and at the same time, it fully resonates with the traditional farming community that they put so much of hard work, getting up early in the morning and then kind of doing the farming activities, getting things done, and we should be kind of really appreciate and at the same time grateful to the farmers. As we ate food today, we are kind of we just it is just because of them. So every farmer on the earth contributes to the same level and to with the same dedication. One of the example which I just wanted to give here is my grandfather used to eat everything being served on the plate, and always used to tell us that you should not leave anything behind because it takes 6 months to grow one single grain of a rice. However, it don't even take 1 minute to throw a bowl of rice if you're not able to eat that, right? So that's the kind of dedication that they carry and kind of humbleness that they carry. However, in 2005 when Syngenta Foundation got established, our aim was how do we help this farming community by bringing a lot of technology on the board and at the same time help the farmers producing more crop per drop, at the same time more crop with better technology and kind of having a more monetary benefits to them. uh, and while doing that, we have also kind of figured out that in 2009 farmers don't really need only technologies or one particular piece, but they also need a lot of lab to land transfer as well. There are scientists, there are scientific institutions, there are startups working on one side. On the other side, farmers are there, but they don't really get access to all these technologies. We have found peculiar problem in 2009 as well, that farmers grow very much traditional crops and they don't really get the value out of those traditional crops, right? For example, paddy is traditionally grown in various part of the world. However, the economic benefit that they get out of paddy is very less compared to the cash crops or horticulture crops, right? That's where we started kind of pushing together the components, how we can introduce the cash crop. In 2014, we realized the one of the biggest missing link to have the technologies transferred to the farmer is the last mile delivery. All of us are sitting here across the world are building something which are kind of a blockchain technology, as well as we at core at our heart we try and provide various solutions to the farmer, but we can't scale until and unless there is a last mile delivery ecosystem designed, right? And in 2014, that's where we actually kind of hit the nail on the head, that okay, we need a last mile delivery ecosystem where someone from the village itself actually kind of become a last mile change agent. That's where the agri-entrepreneurship model came to an existence. So what we do is we go to the village, we identify a rural youth, and we convert these rural youths into agri-entrepreneurs so that these rural youth become some self-sustainable agri-entrepreneur and at the same time also serve the farmers. Now, why we came to this particular solution is when we were trying and understanding study which has been conducted by PwC way back in 2014. There were two specific challenges which were mentioned in that particular study, which was conducted by us on the ground, of course. One is there is a rural youth on in the villages who do not have enough adequate education facility, having basic schooling done. On the other side, there are farmers who are kind of willing to adopt the change, but they don't know how to do it. uh, India, giving kind of primary country, having larger youth as a population, cannot provide enough employment to these rural youths. On the other hand, we have close to 50% of our population doing agriculture as their primary source of income, but there is a very strong disconnect between the economy and the agriculture income sources that the farmers are carrying, and at the same time the rural youths, they don't have the access to the employment. That's where we have thought of bridging this gap, converting these rural youth into entrepreneur so that they earn decent income by staying back in the village with their family, supporting the farmers, enhancing the income of the fellow farmers, around 100 farmers in the same village, and kind of having a sustainable income for themselves. 2014 we started this concept, and to be very frank, in the very first stage, with 29 entrepreneurs we have measurably failed. Out of 29, only 4 of these entrepreneurs actually kind of continued working with us and continued their journey further, but those 4 were actually the ray of thought for us, and we continued kind of building on the program. 2014 to 2019, we have done a lot of pilots across India with the state government, with the state rural livelihood missions, with private partners, with public sector partners, with philanthropic agencies. And ultimately, in 2019, we have decided that now the process is standardized, fairly scalable. We would like to, go with a full scale, and in 2019, we then established Agri Entrepreneur Growth Foundation as a scale up strategy and scale up initiative to create 100,000 agri entrepreneurs. So, till 2019, we merely created 2,200 entrepreneurs. And from 2019, when we actually standardized the program, today we have more than 26,000 agri entrepreneurs within just 6 years or 7 years of trying, which could be achieved only because of the standard process that we have designed, and at the same time the services which are being provided to the farmers. So 2014, 24, 25, we also started encountering certain challenges, and that's where we got in touch with the Cardano ecosystem as well. That farmers are now moved from one story to another. So from growing traditional paddy crop, they are now growing kind of commercial crops, including the cash crops and so on and so forth. But they need advanced technology. They need advanced systems. They need one click ecosystem where they can see a lot of weather prediction. They can see a lot of market ecosystem components. There could be a credit. There is kind of an insurance ecosystem. There is kind of production ecosystem, market linkages, and multiple other things. And from there onwards, we started discovering, and today we are kind of there working with 10,000 farmers through the Cardano ecosystem, bringing a blockchain technology to it, and ultimately kind of the next thought process is how do we build a layer of services for the farmers through the agri entrepreneurs. Now in two, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, it's amazing. First of all, your story is so inspiring and it's amazing. I just want to add one thing that I think is very important also to what you mentioned now, that what I found in India, which is amazing, is that everyone today has smartphones. Like all the farmers we met, all
Right.
the agri-entrepreneurs we met, everyone has a smartphone, everyone has internet connection, everyone is very advanced, and I think that's also an amazing factor. But maybe you can speak. I mean, also people need to understand 26,000 agri-entrepreneurs. It's massive scale, and it's represent 2.6 million farmers.
Yes.
Maybe you can say, okay, what's the next phase of growth for you guys?
That's absolutely correct. Yeah. So we are connected to 2.6 million farmers today, through the ecosystem of 26,000 agri entrepreneurs, and it is one of the largest privately led entrepreneurship initiative in India. Is also a Harvard case study. Right, you can actually search Syngenta Foundation's Agri Entrepreneurship Initiative, and you'll find that the model has also kind of won a lot of accolades. We are aiming to add another 20,000 agri entrepreneurs. And in 2024, actually, the IFC International Finance Corporation, the World Bank Group, was so excited by seeing the results and outcomes of this initiative. We are now taking this program outside India as well. There are countries which are similar. The south, global south of the world, including the Asia and Africa, faces similar challenges, has enormous opportunity to kind of, have built this last mile delivery ecosystem at the same time, kind of having a lot of technology push to these farmers as well. Because, if you go to the South Asia, a lot of farmers simply grow paddy as one of the major crop, right? But they need a lot of technologies. On the other side, in Africa, you have a massive opportunity to kind of reach out to the farmer, bring a very strong agri ecosystem, right? So from 2024 onwards, yeah, you have some point.
No, yeah, perfect. I mean, yeah, I mean, we can speak. I mean, on that for hours. I mean, so interesting and passionate.
Right.
I don't know but let's go back to that. If you don't mind, let's go now and see how this is connected to blockchain.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. Well,
we will
only
give,
one point which I wanted to mention, Yoram, is from 26,000, we are aiming to kind of create zero point 0.5 million agri entrepreneurs across the world. Largely focusing in Africa and Asia, and impacting over 100 million smallholder farmers across the world, which is a massive scale.
I mean,
That's
this
what
is
we are
the
talking about.
world-changing activities. I mean, we have around
Yeah.
500 million small farm holders in the world, and you want to reach 20%
Yes.
of that in the
Which
next
is
few.
20% of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Over to you, Yoram. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Uday, sir, to you, how does blockchain connect to that? If you can take us through that, show us, what we are actually building on the blockchain.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you well.
Yeah. So I'm Uday from AI Quant, and great pleasure to be part of this amazing project on Cardano Tech 5am.Earth. We are working in partnership with many provider partners, and Syngenta Foundation is the key partner who's executing the things on ground. We glad to have today Rahul and Deepak there. We also working together with Anastasia Lab, Phil. We working together in collaboration with the DigiFarm and ELK and Andamio, and probably some. There are more partner I probably not mentioned here as well. So it is a very much collaborative effort. We're working together and trying to bring this change. So, as you say, Yoram, about the technology, probably it's too many lines here, but the primary illustration here is that um, it isn't a technology which is primarily built to benefit the farmers, and the medium we have chosen through Syngenta Foundation, the AE network. They have a massive AE network, and with that, the data or the interaction is happening starting from there. And 5M Earth, it is primarily is an trust layer, the main infrastructure layer we trying to create here. And on top of it, we have built an app as well for the agri entrepreneurs. So from AEs use that app and interact with the infrastructure layer, and within that infrastructure we have an smart contract based Oracle, and that Oracle further connect or interact with the Cardano Mainnet. So the transactions primarily about the farm borders and sustainability index related informations are currently being stored in a blockchain. So that's our phase one, and we're keeping all the possibilities of the phase two and onward, as well. And this, in our view, is a primary infrastructure we are building here. We are building the core infrastructure where the mapping of the farmers to the field and then field borders is being mapped. That's kind of building block, the first building block. Okay, we are also implemented here the wallet infrastructure and DID infrastructure. So that, I think, it's going to be another massive infrastructural block, which we are initially opening up for the on the pilot basis for the some AEs and some farmers, but that will be available as an infrastructure as well. So these are the two major components I will highlight it here, just to show a few of the screens pictures. So AEs log in either directly to the app, or they can also log in single sign-on from the AEDD app, which is Syngenta Foundation's on-built app. So they can log in and they can very easily identify the farms and they get the border, because these borders are already AI kind of processed, and they also have an opportunity to modify the borders in consultation or in understanding with the farmers. So they verify that part and they confirm, and then it get uploaded or synced with the blockchain. So it's a very simple process in that way, but it's required still the understanding about the farms and interaction with the farmers and on ground presence, I would say. So as of today, to talk this, we have taken few hours ago this data. So it is 9,271 total transactions, and out of this is like 8,455 is the farm boards were corrected. New created, and we have also provided the option to modify the things in case there are the issues are there, and all these modifier updates are also recorded on the blockchain. And that this represent 7,561 unique farmers. And there are some pictures from the ground, our team interaction with the farmers and AEs, as well as farmers or AEs doing the mapping on the ground. So that's pretty much. Let me show very quickly bit of the transactions part. One sec.
Maybe as you go to that, I would just mention, the different areas where transaction is being generated and technologies. So one is on as we mentioned, the field border and sustainability index kind of delivered on chain. We will add to that yield and crops also on chain, and then there is that's done through the satellite Oracle. Then we will have the reputation for the agri entrepreneurs with Andamio and all of that process, and Veridian digital identities. So that's already what's being integrated, and then I will show what's coming up.
Yep.
To you, Uday.
Yeah. Thank you. I then mentioned that we are implementing the DID using the Veridian infrastructure. So yeah, that's going to add up more. That's correct. So this is the script address for the smart contract, and right now the updated number is 9,296. And from here, let's say we go to any of the transaction, and we go to the UTXO, and we can see here the data. So here is we can find these IDs about the AE IDs, farmer IDs, farm IDs, and then the location of the farm borders. So this anyone can inspect or get, or this is to us to be creating the infrastructure, these data on the blockchain. It's available for any community member need to use it. So yeah, that's quickly, I think that's the wanted to show.
Perfect.
I will, share back to you, but with this one comment that it is amazing work between technology teams like ours and also the field team, the team actually on the ground, which is Deepak from Syngenta Foundation and Vision from Rahul as well. That's amazing work happening there on ground. I mean, I think sometimes that the things in this is so difficult that a lot of things can go wrong, but the overall, because it's so much complex and difficult thing, but with the the passion that Deepak and team carry, the kind of the coordination and communication continuing, everything is going so smooth. I'm so glad and so happy, and I'm very, very glad to be part of this project. And to me, it's all Ram's vision from the long time I know, and I'm very happy to be part of that vision and execute the things on ground.
Daji, thank you for that. Let's go, Deepak. Let's go now to you to show, okay, what does it mean? So we spoke about the big vision, big technology, blockchain. What does it mean on the ground? Let's see please, to you, sir.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you for having me here again. So I'll just give a short introduction again about myself. My name is Deepak Eka, and I am from Syngenta Foundation, India. All this blockchain technology, the partners we are involved with, they have created such a great technology, which includes satellite imagery, blockchain, everything. And it creates a whole new scope for all the farmers, all the AEs, entrepreneurs on the field. All this technology implementation has to be on the field, on the ground, knowing the requirement and the current scenarios of the field. So that's what I do. I coordinate with the team on the field. We are on the implementation part. We try to be a bridge between the people who are developing the technology and people who are implementing the technology. Okay, so that's what I do. So I have a short PPT presentation which I would like to show here. That will make things understand that will make things to understand very easily. Okay, so can I present it here?
Yes, of course. See the plus at the bottom.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yeah, thank you for confirming. Okay, so as Yoram was mentioning that we are trying to reach almost 1 lakh farmers now with the help of 1,000 agri entrepreneurs. We definitely have the target of reaching much more farmers in the coming future, but we are going to start with this. So when initially we started with this whole activity, the project, we went to the field on the very first phase. So the whole technology implementation part had a different phase. The first phase was that we wanted to go and visit the field. We wanted to go and meet the AEs. We wanted to experience the real scenario on the field. What are the problems? What are the technical problems, technological problems, operational problems which happens on the field? And that's what the first visit happened, where the technological team, that is Udayji and Sutapaji, they visited the field. They met different AEs. We visited almost 3 villages, and we came out with a kind of what things works on the field, what things does not, and what are the problems which could happen on the field. We came to a conclusion after this visit, and then we made a kind of process on the field, how to take this technology to the AEs, so that it will be easier for them to understand with the new, because the technology is completely new to them. It should be easy for them to understand. We should provide them the kind of what all the things we should provide to them. All those things we structured in a way so that it should be conveyed in a way from the very first day to the AE. When we put the team on the field, we have made 7 such steps. right from the basic introduction of the technology to implementation of the technology, and at lastly feedback and evaluation of the technology. So we have made these 7 steps. So when our team on the field goes to meet the E for the first time, he starts basically with the introduction of the technology. How he does is that we have created a kind of easy to understand material in a local language, which is given to that particular AE, and in that pamphlet or in that template, all the technology related materials are being mentioned. What is the app about? Why are we registering their information, on the app, and everything? What the app offers, everything is being mentioned into that material. And then the kind of live demo is being performed on the field through our SFI members. So SFI members performs a live demo on the app in the presence of the AE, which helps them to understand the 5am app completely. And he is also asked to perform he's also asked to register few farmers in the presence of SFI members, which you can see in the 4th step. And then we ask them to do kind of 10 to 20 farmers registration in the presence of our SFI member. And then after he completes this 20 registration, also a complete hand-holding support is being provided for the next 1 or 2 days, so that he can complete the complete registration of the farmer under him. So right from the first day when the introduction happens to the last day, maybe it could be the 2nd day or 3rd day when he completes the registration of 100 to 150 farmers, the complete hand-holding is done by the SFI team. So this is the kind of 7-step model or the process what we have formulated after the first visit. Okay, so when the team visited on the field, we identified certain problems, technological problems, operational problems, and then we formulated this 7-step process. After that, in the second phase, what we have done, we have gone with only 10 AEs, and we have tried and tested that in one single day, what is the capability of the AE to register the farmers. Okay, whether it is 150, whether it is 200, how many registrations per AE can do in a single day. So this helped us to identify few operational problems, few technological problems which could happen in a real time when we are guiding the A's and all. We have done this for the 10 A's. Why we have done with the 10 A's is that we wanted to know if we are dedicating the whole time, all full day, we are guiding, we are not leaving the AE for the whole day, we are occupying him for the whole day. How much capacity it is for the AE to do the registration. So it helped us to come to that conclusion. We expanded the same formula, what we did with the 10 A's to much more A's, and we went ahead to do the registration of 1,000 farmers by the end of the March this year. So March 2026, by the end of the March 2026, we already had 1,000 farmers registration. And then, after that, we further expanded it, taking it to much more farmers again. So after that, we deployed more number of team members, SFI team members. We deployed 6 team members on the field. These team members went to AEs, and they have started doing the registration of the AEs in the day-to-day basis. They are now doing 120 to 150 farmers on daily basis in 6 different geographical locations in Maharashtra. So these are few of the clicks, where you can see that how they are going and visiting all the A's.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. It's amazing. Deepak, I have a question. You mentioned, so how many farmers you are able to onboard every day now, more or less?
Yeah. So as I was telling, there are now 120 to 150 farmers which we are able to onboard per day per head. So we have 6 members. We are doing 150 farmers per day, which is almost like 750 farmers per day we are able to do.
Amazing. And I want to mention, I mean, again, first of all, thank you. It's such a complete plan and workflow. And we're all sitting now at the house in front of computers, but what's the weather temperature today there on the ground?
Yeah, so as I told you, now there are two types of problems which are on the field. So one is technological problems, technical issue. Sometimes the AEs don't get network. Some very very rarely. Sometimes they have a mobile issue, not with all the AEs, but you can see these people are having a good mobile. Some people have a small mobile. Okay, so 10% to 5%, 5% to 10% people are there who are having this technical issue. Second is that there are operational issues on the field. Now, the region in which we are conducting this whole exercise, this whole project, that area is recognized to be one of the hottest regions in India and probably in the world. So, one of the top 5 to 6 locations in India, the hottest 5 to 6 locations are in India, are in that area. So it is now going more than 50 degrees Celsius peak on per day. So this is one of the operational issue under which our team members are working. They are really trying hard, but still technology has given us a upper hand. These people are still able to do manage everything sitting in a single location, and that's thanks to the technological partners and satellite imagery, all these things, so that they are able to recognize all the lands very easily in a single place, and then they were able to do. So you can see that the snapshots and all everything, how they are able to identify the farmers, and when they are clicking on the farmers details, it is automatically taking them to the farmland, and then they are just verifying it, and then they are doing the registration.
Yeah, transaction being made on chain in these moments when they do that. Amazing. Deepak, thank you very much for that. Anything else you want to add, or can I do a closing? I want to.
No, I think yeah. So these pictures are self-explanatory. I think the team members working on the field. The last picture, the people holding that material, as I told, that is the material which includes all the details about the technology, about the app, and they also have the kind of hard form of the evaluation form where they evaluate based on the knowledge what they are having about the app, the understanding whatever they gained after performing this exercise. So all those evaluation is being collected. Yeah, that's all.
So one thing I want to add now is that parallel to that, we are going to have 2 tracks. One track is the track that you mentioned and working very closely with the agri-entrepreneurs, and parallel to that, we're going to have a track, a digital track using integrated Andamio. We're actually going to do some wizard within the app and educational material within the app, and we're going to send it to agri-entrepreneurs and see how they work with the farmers. And I think there will be 2 comparison groups. So with this group, we'll get to over 30,000 farmers and farms being tracked through the method you mentioned, and around 70,000 through the digital platform, and we'll have good comparison. And then we'll see how we optimize the operation between them too. And the second educational part is actually very important because it will create on-chain credentials for the agri-entrepreneurs that can be connected to other initiatives. Thank you very much for that. I would like, if it's okay, I would like to share also my screen just to say how it's all come together and what's kind of the next step of what we are doing. One thing is obviously we are on track to get 100,000 farms onboarded, in the next several months. The progress is very good. In April we were with March with 1,000. Now we're almost 10,000. Tomorrow we'll get 10,000, and really amazing work. I want to share with you what does it mean in addition to that, and then we will close. I think this is kind of a very important, just to show the overall kind of what is being built here. So in general, we have information coming on the left side, which is satellite or through farmers and agri-entrepreneurs. And the project we are working together is how we are going to scale it to millions of farmers. And then there is all the trust layer of information, 5am in the middle, which actually have the oracle put on chain, if it's a satellite oracle, or the information coming from the agri entrepreneurs, reputation through Andamio, Veridian, digital identity, privacy, legal compliance, all of that will sit in the 5am, but also will generate a lot of transactions. And then you can imagine every developer in the ecosystem builder can imagine if once we get 3 million farmers, the ability to connect to obviously stable coins, lending and borrowing, supply chains, if it with Zengate, right, and traceability, ownership of land with Landano, all of that basically application we'll be able to create, and I think we will see many more applications, and that will create many more transactions. So this project alone with is a collaborative. We'd work on the ground, strong partners on the ground, and the builders, we can basically achieve many of the 2030 KPIs. And that's kind of where we are taking this place. And 5am.Earth is becoming basically a trust layer of information that can connect the two to break all the silos that we have today in the agriculture supply chain. That's really where we are taking it. Thank you very much. I think next, we have some new surprises for you. Already we took some more time. Benji, I don't know if there is any questions, but if there was no other questions from the users, I think we will have another session next week where we'll share with you some of the external partners coming in. Some of them are extremely interesting because they are, we'll have some surprises for you next week. For me it was amazing. I don't know if any of you wants to add something. Maybe do a quick round just to add something from each one of you guys, and then we will close it. Raul, sir, please, I start with you.
No, I think amazing and excited to kind of scale this initiative to a large scale, to impact the farmers across the world, not only in India. And also happy to be a part of this initiative. Happy to see the transactions happening and growing day by day, and soon we will be kind of having much bigger scale as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah, no, with this right intent, right philosophy, I think we are taking something quite large, and I think that's what is required for these things to execute. Why some of these things are missing, because nobody put that kind of effort or intent, and it's a beginning, and I think very, very glad that is happening on Cardano.
Deepak, sir.
Yeah. So I just want to include that I along with my team are pretty much excited, to grow this number to much more larger level, and at the same time, we are also very excited to see what this technology brings on the table. So let's hope for the good, and I hope that we will be able to give 100%.
Amazing. I just want to add, for me, it's incredible to see how we connect technology with the people on the ground. And this is what brought me to blockchain. This is what brought me to Cardano, the original vision of Charles. And I think we are doing it. And, hopefully people can appreciate, the collaboration. I think the ecosystem collaboration between different teams on blockchain, not on blockchain, with the ground, working together to create something new that brings value to a lot of people. So yeah, really honored to work with all of you. So thank you for your time. Last remark, please follow Elks Connect also on X, and we'll publish the Discord account soon that you can ask questions and get updated ongoing with the information that is coming. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. And see you next week. We'll have some good surprises next week for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ram. Thanks.